Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking some seriously fascinating insights from Dr. William Lee. We're looking at how to actually measure and, more importantly, protect your functional physical abilities as you get older. Because let's be real, it's not just about adding years to your life, right? It's about adding life to your years.
Dr. Lee makes this incredible point right off the bat. If you're in your 60s or 70s or 80s, doing well isn't just about celebrating another birthday or getting a gold star on a blood test. It's really about protecting the one thing practically all of us are absolutely terrified of losing, our daily independence. That right there is the ultimate metric.
And you see this play out in the real world all the time. Dr. Lee talks about checking a patient's physical reserve before surgery. Picture this. You got two patients, exact same age, going in for the exact same procedure. Patient A, they're practically hopping onto the operating table, totally unassisted, cracking jokes with the nurses. But patient B, they literally need two people just to help them stand up. That difference isn't just random luck. It's a huge, glaring reflection of how their bodies have aged on a functional level.
So, we're going to put on our doctor coats today and evaluate 5 T markers of this physical reserve: walking speed, grip strength, cardiopulmonary fitness, balance, and floor recovery. Starting us off at number 1, walking speed. Now, you probably just think of walking as a basic way to get from point A to point B, but researchers literally treat your walking speed as a true vital sign, right up there with your heart rate or blood pressure. Why? Well, because it's this massive full-body metric. For you to walk efficiently, your heart, muscles, joints, balance system, and brain all have to fire together in perfect harmony. It's like a symphony. So when your pace starts to slow down, it's often the very first warning light on the dashboard that one of those interconnected systems is struggling.
The magic number to keep in mind here is 3. Studies tracking older adults show that a comfortable walking speed of about 3 feet per second or faster, which is basically just a brisk pace down the grocery store aisle, is strongly linked to better overall health and a longer life. And hey, if you aren't quite hitting that pace, don't sweat it. Walking speed is incredibly responsive. Just by adding a few intentional brisk intervals into your normal walk, you can actually train this vital sign right back up over time.
Moving right along to number 2. Grip strength.
I know, it seems like such a tiny, oddly specific thing to measure, right? Just your hands? But your grip strength is actually this incredible window into your overall muscle strength and what doctors call your physiological reserve. Think of this as your body's backup battery. It's the physical capacity you have waiting in reserve to bounce back from an illness, a surgery, or major physical stress. Weak grip strength is actually tied to a higher risk of falls and much slower recovery times. It's one of the cheapest, simplest tests in medicine, but man, does it tell a huge story.
And the best part? You are definitely not stuck with the baseline you have right now. Grip strength responds beautifully to simple, everyday resistance training at almost any age. We're talking basic stuff, carrying your own groceries, messing around with a resistance band, or just doing basic strength training twice a week. You can absolutely build that backup battery back up.
All right, number 3 on our list, cardiopulmonary fitness.
In the science world, this is usually measured as VO2 max. You might even have a smartwatch on your wrist right now that tracks it. VO2 max is basically how efficiently your body delivers oxygen to your muscles, and it is, hands down, one of the strongest predictors of longevity we know of. Honestly, some studies show it predicts a long life even better than whether or not you smoke. The logic is totally bulletproof. If your body is great at using oxygen, you've got a much deeper internal reserve to fight off infections, recover from surgery, or just stay active and vibrant.
And the really encouraging news here is that this is one of the most trainable systems in your entire body. Brisk walking, hopping on a bike, swimming, or literally any activity that consistently gets your heart rate up is going to measurably improve your oxygen delivery. And yes, that absolutely applies even if you're starting those habits later in life.
Okay, let's look at number 4. Balance.
Balance is wild because it relies on this incredibly sophisticated behind-the-scenes network. Your inner ear, your eyesight, the sensation in the bottom of your feet, and your muscles all have to talk to your brain in real time. As we get older, any one of those individual systems can quietly start to slip without giving us any obvious warning. So balance is usually the very first place we actually notice those hidden changes.
And we really have to pay attention to this because falls aren't just a temporary bump and a bruise. Taking a serious fall in your 70s or 80s is actually one of the leading causes of losing your independence altogether. But you can easily check this at home. Next time you're standing around, see how long you can stand on one leg with your eyes open. It gives you a really clear, trackable baseline, and you can get better at it just by doing stability drills or taking up something like Tai Chi.
Finally, that brings us to number 5, floor recovery. We're talking specifically about your ability to get up from the floor without using your hands or arms to push yourself up. In the lab, they call this the sitting rising test. It sounds simple, but it is a rigorously validated full-body stress test beautifully disguised as a basic movement. It requires leg strength, core strength, balance, flexibility, and coordination all at once. Research tracking older adults shows that folks who can't do this without support have a significantly higher mortality risk in the following years. It's not about being a gymnast, it's just about having the basic physical toolkit for everyday independence.
Now listen to me. Do not panic if you get on the floor today and can't quite pull this off. Seriously, it's okay. Just like everything else we've talked about, you can safely rebuild this ability step by step. Practice your squats, practice kneeling, and practice pushing yourself up from a low chair. By breaking it down, you rebuild the core strength and coordination you need to get there safely.
Which leads us perfectly into our final point, training for independence.
If you take absolutely nothing else away from this explainer, please remember this. True longevity isn't just some static number on a lab report. It is defined by your functional, physical capacity. It's about having the strength, speed, and balance to keep doing the things that make your life your own. Every single one of these 5 markers is highly trainable. It is literally never too late to take control of your physical reserve.
So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with one big question to chew on. Which of these 5 abilities are you going to start training today? Your walking speed, your grip, maybe that floor recovery? Pick one and let it guide your next step. And hey, if this breakdown helped clarify your path to long-term independence, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more real health-related videos just like this one. Catch you next time.